I was a little worried the formula had grown tiresome by now, but man, they finally found a way to expand this franchise in a creative and unique way. When I first heard about this, I wasn't too thrilled. It sounded like the concept of Prey, which I thought was pretty good but not great, diluted into several smaller stories that would all be the same. And if you're gonna do that, why not do the Samurai vs. Predator film idea that went viral? By the way, that came from a friend of mine. I didn't watch a single trailer for this, but only saw a couple promotional images and maybe moments on Twitter. So I went in blind to this screener pretty much. Unfortunately, my email was plastered all over it for security purposes and it was pretty distracting, so I need to watch it again. However, I was pleasantly surprised, especially at how well each segment is done and how it balances cool factor with characters we can connect with. It focuses on a Viking story, a ninja/samurai one, and one set during World War II. Probably the three most requested Predator areas, similar to Assassin's Creed in that way. When first watching, I felt that I was going to think each one was a cool section, but ultimately too short and disconnected to feel very impactful. Each one relies heavily on genre cliches, albeit cleverly subverted with the Predator in the mix. You actually forget you're watching a movie with aliens, not those, in a couple times, just like the original movie. So in that sense, it's a compliment. The Viking one is insanely brutal with an absolutely breathtaking long take, but I didn't love the hulkish Predator design. The Ninja Samurai one is probably my favorite as there's very little dialogue and a lot of visual storytelling in play, and it's about brothers and is just a really satisfying specific period piece. World War II one goes for a slight Top Gun feel and is a neat spin on how a Predator would fight, even if it felt a little outside of their honor code that is so well established. There are these interludes between the shorts that hint maybe more is going on. Some of this is in the trailer, but I had no idea. They really find a way to bring it together in the third act that pays everything off, expands the lore, and pushes it forward into something new and exciting. Wasn't expecting this to go where it did, and I'm genuinely curious if this will get a follow-up or if it'll be referenced in the upcoming Predator Badlands. And I also have questions about when this takes place and those implications by that bonkers ending that will leave everyone stupefied by the possibilities. There's a great art style too. It reminds me a bit of the gorgeous and slightly shuttered look of the Spider-Verse films, mixed in with a video game like Guilty Gear Strive. Now knowing it was all done in Unreal Engine is, one, very cool, but also two, makes a ton of sense. It's not just how unique every frame is across the three stories, but it's how the camera is used, how the gore works, and how it's shot like a real movie would be despite being in what many clowns call a lesser medium. There is a specific one or long take I mentioned earlier in the Viking segment that blew me away with how it played out, and also the creativity in using a shield like a weapon that I've never seen before. It's paced pretty well as a whole, just running under like 85 minutes, although I do wish we had some more in that time for the third act and more resolution besides setting up whatever comes next in the franchise. And again, it's dependent on a lot of cliches for the Predator subversion to work, but in some ways I wish the Predator had even more of a spotlight in each one because they can feel a bit like an afterthought. Regardless, we're finally moving forward in clever ways beyond silly Earthbound stuff. 2 Predator movies in a year or two, we Predator fans are eating good. I give Predator, Killer of Killers, 4 out of 5 stars. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, always look for the good.